All right, 704 Charlotte Bound Show, man. Torn down in the building. Today is the first day of training camp with the veterans. They are back reporting to camp today. This is going to be a live press conference. Quick little show, just to see what they're going to say in this press conference. With the opening of training camp and see what's going on. Any tidbits that we can take that we can expound on. But we're just gonna sit back and listen, man. Look, let me go ahead and put the link in for anybody that wants to join with me.
Long time no see.
We get started.
So I'll open up with a statement kind of put together. All right. So as we begin the season, I just wanted to reaffirm our commitment to building a smart, tough, passionate, competitive, resilient, and adaptable team. We aim to trust our process, be disciplined, and build a team that can sustain over time. Over the offseason, we've made targeted upgrades to our roster, adding key pieces on both sides of the ball to address our needs and create more dynamic options offensively and defensively. While still in process, we believe these moves combined with our existing talent, veteran leadership, and the development of our young players position us well for the challenges ahead. This season, our goals are clear: improve our consistency, develop our young core, have our vets lead the way, and compete every week with a relentless team-first mindset. We're committed to playing disciplined, physical football and creating a culture of high character and resilience. I have full confidence in our players, coaches, and staff to rise to the occasion. Together, along with ownership empowerment, we aim to build a foundation for long-term success while putting in the work and earning our arrival. With that said, I'll open it up to any questions.
Yesterday, you guys placed 3 guys on injury lists. What's the outlook for Tommy? What's the outlook for Sam? Especially as you guys have this kicking competition. He's the holder too.
Yeah, Sam had a minor hamstring. He's trending in a really good direction. I don't want to put a timeline on it, but he's looking in good shape. In terms of Tommy, he's making really good progress. He's actually ahead of schedule. We feel really good at where he's at, and we're excited about his progression.
You guys sign a punter to kind of fill the void?
No, I don't think we're gonna sign. I think while he's not out there, we'll just use the jugs machine and go that way.
Outside of those guys, is everybody expected to practice tomorrow?
Yeah. To this point, I think everybody's ready to go. Obviously, things are unexpected and things come out of nowhere, but.
So if you didn't hear it, they're saying that the punter is out on injury and Tommy Trimble is still progressing. He says he's ahead of schedule right now, and
as of now, we're looking in good shape.
Dan, regarding the defense and Evero returning, what are your expectations for stopping the run this season? And do you have the right personnel to fit the 3-4 alignment?
Yeah, it's hard to win football games when you can't stop the run. And
all right, the question is what do you guys plan to do to stop the run this year?
Obviously, for us, this past offseason, it was an emphasis to build our front, make our front as strong as we can. Obviously, it's always going to be a work in progress. We're always going to add, but we're going to be smart in selecting people from the outside. So feel good about it. But, long story short, the guys got to put the work in. They all got to come together as a unit, create that continuity. And I think if they create that continuity, we could have a good front.
What's your expectation on Tommy's availability for the start of the regular season?
Yeah, I think that's still to be determined. I think he's trending in a really good direction, but I'm not going to put a timeline on it.
Can you talk about Dave and what do you see different, maybe his approach that's different for this season, last season, what he's learned, what you guys are going to do differently maybe?
Schematically.
So he asked them about Dave Canales, about what he thinks Dave Canales is going to do this year, what he's going to do differently.
I'll let him talk about that tomorrow. I would say him as a coach, and me as a GM, we're going to get better every year that we're doing this, and that's the goal. And if we're not trying to get better, we're not trying to learn and evolve, then what are we doing? So I think we both have that mindset. I think that him around the players, he has that contagious energy that we all talked about, but you can kind of see the players starting to take this team over and be the leaders of the team. And I think that's what all the good teams around the NFL, they're player-led teams. And, I think we're trending in that direction.
There's a lot of depth in that wide receiver room. How are you viewing that competition as a GM and in general?
I'm excited about it. I'm excited not just about the receiving core, but other areas as well. It's going to be a really good competition, and that's what we want on this roster. We want to create competition. I think that just brings out the best in everybody. So yeah, I'm just excited to watch it and see how it unfolds.
It's been so long since we heard the words competition when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. One of the things that I've imploded on is that you have to actually make this team. You can't just get by or whatever. So he said he's excited about the wide receiver competition. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, bro, me too, man. Me, the best guys earn the spot.
If you don't put up, you might as well just go ahead and shut up then.
Days of just giving you some shit is over.
About Derek Brown, do you have an update on his timeline for?
So he's asking a question about Derek Brown and his timeline.
He's doing good. He was cleared for all activities. He's looking great. He's feeling great. We're excited to have him back. I mean, he's a huge piece of our defense.
Expect no load management or anything?
We're going to be smart with guys. We're not just going to throw them out there and,
cool.
Say, go ahead. We want to be smart. We want to do it the right way and bring him along slowly. But I know him; he's chomping at the bit to get out there and be full speed and be in there every play with his teammates. But we have to be smart.
You've been very.
That's the great thing about having depth, Nick, is that you don't have to rush players back.
Nope.
You don't have to throw them out on the field. You don't have to say we need you right now.
Listen,
that's the power of having depth.
Yeah, we could put you can put old boy out there and let him play out there until y'all get out, even though we don't want to see him on the field.
This game works like the way it's supposed to, bro.
Patient with this roster that last year and this year in between, mini camp and training camp. I know you just had a bunch of guys come in for workouts. Do you see any alterations that you can make kind of over the next week or so?
I think it's going to be continuous throughout the season. Like, I think we're always going to look for ways to improve the roster. But sometimes, the answer is right on your own roster, and it's about us developing our players and just continuing to, nail that into the coaches that, we got to develop our young core. And I think that's the way to go. But again, we're always going to be curious and look on the outside. And if we feel like somebody can upgrade us and that's smart, then we'll look into it.
To follow up on that, with corner and safety, you've got some pretty young rooms and you've revamped a lot of the depth. What's your outlook on the younger guys, maybe behind the starters at corner, and then the talent opposite Merrick heading into this?
We have a lot of young, talented guys that we're excited about on the roster. I'm just looking for continuous growth on a daily basis. Just see them go out there, see them get better every single day. We're excited about them, but again, they got to put the work in, and I know they're up for that challenge.
Very careful about managing expectations this time last season. I'm curious, as there is some buzz about this team, how you manage that this season and sort of where you are and if you're on track in terms of where you want to be on the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I think timeline-wise, we don't put timelines on things. I think Dave and myself, when we're talking about the team and where we want to go, we just want to get better every single day.
Hold on. He finally said something that I'm debating now. You better have a fucking timeline on winning. I don't care what you and Canales are discussing or whatever. That shit better be urgent as a motherfucker, bro. I hope he ain't talking about no timeline on, because he said we don't have timeline. You better have a timeline on winning. We ain't got time for them Matt Rule 7-year plans and shit like that or whatever. Hey, look, I don't like the way he ducked on that. Look, you better be urgent with winning, bro. Talking about he ain't got a timeline.
Every single day, start back at zero every single day. And I think that's the mindset we have to have, myself and Dave as the leadership. But I also think our players need to do that too. And I know that they're already doing that. So, we just gotta earn everything. You can talk all you want, but we got to go earn it. And it starts out there on the football field tomorrow.
Following up on that, in your statement of team goals, you did not mention playoffs. Is that something that you guys talk about internally, or why did you leave that out?
Yeah, I think, to me, if you're doing the things that I mentioned, things will take care of themselves, whether it's playoffs.
Hey, Dan Morgan is.
Don't be messing with my GM now.
Hey, this motherfucker sound like he backpedaling now, bro. I don't like these answers. Like, I'm glad old boy called him out on it. He said, "Look, why did you leave playoffs out?" If you do what you're supposed to do, then you'll.
That's
I mean, that's what.
true.
Yeah, but that's broad. Of course you will.
Nah, Twan, you know why, bro? It's because if he says that, now the expectation, he puts it out into the media and everything. Now, if they don't make the playoffs, now he looks like a schmuck.
Nick, check this out. Tri-State. The expectation is the playoffs every year.
Yeah, for sure.
You better look. It ain't no need of you hiding that. You better say it. You better put some confidence in that shit.
I feel you.
Ain't nobody, no fans is signing up to. Even though you got a team where you like, man, look, I just want us to get better, boom, 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 like last year, But no fan wants to hear, and we're gonna just try our best this year. Nobody want to hear that shit. And try your best to make them tickets free. I'm glad he called him out on that shit. Like, why did you leave playoffs out?
Think that you need to not look in that direction. I think that you have to go out there again and work on a daily basis, and you just got to earn it. I think everything that's going to come to us this year is going to have to be earned. And again, it starts out there.
That's some safe. He doing some safe ass answers.
Trying to get this man blitz in the.
You trying to say some shit where you were like, I didn't tell y'all we were going to the playoffs.
UDFAs and they're guys that were really.
Yo, Twan, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, they're gonna create competition on the back.
You over here trying to get this man blitz every week. You told us you were going to the playoffs.
Look, we feel more confidence as fans when we hear the confidence in our head coach and our GM. I don't want to hear none of that, we'll see. Fuck that shit, bro. You better get I don't want to hear that safe shit. We don't want to hear that safe shit this year, bro.
Why you got to stop with this?
If we do what we're supposed to do,
And every year, every
Hey
guy.
man, we don't want to hear that shit, bro. You better be very fucking confident.
Want this band to get. Don't
Yeah,
nobody
I
want
think
to
we
wake
need,
up every
we
morning
need to
talking
lock
about,
in.
oh yeah, they could. They had told us we was gonna win, but they look like
Yeah,
shit.
Dan better get the fire under his ass, bro. I mean, that damn experimenting is over.
I don't think he's
And,
gonna experiment this year. I think they're gonna put a good product on the field. But I mean, at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
man,
the
just conviction.
moment that you start putting words like uh that, oh, we're going to the playoffs this year.
But
That's the expectation and stuff like that. Then it I just don't like I don't like having to put those things. You internally as a team might be that might be y'all's goals to do that, but I don't think that those are things you should put into
That's all you
the
gotta say. That's all you gotta say. That way you're even. You ain't going too far. Say we put together a team that can make the playoffs. That's how you keep it a confident safe. We put together a team that can make the playoffs.
I don't feel like that's I don't
Opposed
feel
to
like that's
saying we're definitely going to go to the playoffs this year. He can say we put together a team that can make the playoffs. Then you putting the energy onto the players, going, Then you can say if they do their job and boom, 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 man. I don't want to hear none of that safe shit. Like I never told y'all we was going to go to the play. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. Get behind your words, bro. You went out and got the players. It's on you just as much. GMs get fired too, bro. Let's go, man. Look, get the pep under your ass, Morgan.
Out there again and work on a daily basis, and you just got to earn it. I think everything that's going to come to us this year is going to have to be earned.
That's any team.
Again,
that shit is broad. That's any team.
Following up on the wide receiver room, prospects like Hudson and George, are they pushing the veterans, and how tough a cuts do you anticipate?
They're young, talented guys. We signed them as UDFAs, and they're guys that we're really excited about.
He's a runner. He's a track star. He just ran from that shit.
Oh my God! Every year we be going. That's the only thing that you ever. You know what? I can say this: you consistent though. You don't want to hear no bullshit from nobody. You want to hear
don't want to hear this shit, bro. Look, man. Look, you went out there as a GM. We love what you did and the moves you made. I mean, be confident in yourself. I don't want to hear none of that. We do what we're supposed to. That's any fucking team. That's not conducive. That's not conducive to just the Carolina Panthers. That's it. Like, I don't want to hear none of that safe shit in these interviews and shit, bro. You better. We don't want to hear shit that we can go up there and say. Well, the league is a tough league, and whoever deserves to win is gonna. Fuck that shit, bro.
Hey, we're gonna create competition on the back end.
Gotta get the fire under your ass, Dan.
Mix in there, and again, it's up to them to go out on a daily basis and.
If it's meant to be, it'll be.
Gain the respect of our veterans.
Every year, so every year.
And you mentioned it being
Never been.
player led team now. Has there been a voice that's spoken up?
I'm tired of the Panthers always doing that same shit.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Yeah. We did that shit with Reich. We did it with Matt Rule, all the coaches, and we did that shit with Scott Federer went up there and just said, look, man, get confident. How are people going to be confident about the team if you don't sound confident? Let's go, man. Come on, Dan.
I wouldn't, I think we have a lot of veteran leaders on this team. I don't want to point out just one because there's a lot of them. But we do have a lot of veteran guys on this team, and I feel like they're planted in some young position groups as well. They're just going to help with the development of the young guys. And, the young guys look at them for advice, and they look at them for, work ethic and everything they do on a daily basis. So, our veteran leadership, I think, is pretty good on this team.
When I was asking about Dave, you think he's more confident in what he's doing right now than maybe last year when there was probably a little anxiety about being a coach? And also, what do you think you learned about him from the decision to bench Bryce last year and how that all worked out?
You know, your first question, like I don't think he's never not confident. I think he's very
I'm
confident
glad
in
somebody
his
said it.
abilities. He's very confident in the abilities of his coaching staff, which I think gives him a lot of support. And then obviously has a lot of confidence in our players, and he loves our players. You know, in terms of the Bryce question, you know, I think, you know, sometimes you have to make hard decisions and in a power position, if you want to say. And, you know, he made a hard decision last year, and, you know, we are where we are now. We're not looking back, and we're moving forward, and we're excited about the future.
There was a unique kind of situation with the second round picks this year. What did you notice about the negotiations from this year compared to last year? Just having, you know, Houston and Cleveland at the top, kind of guaranteeing those contracts.
You know, I'm really lucky to have Brant. You know, Brant deals with a lot of that stuff. He has a pulse on what's going on around the league and who's going to be signed. So I wasn't worried about it at all throughout the whole process. I knew that eventually it would get done, and I wasn't worried about it.
A year ago, you guys had a good bit of roster turnover, guys coming in and out throughout camp. You claimed 6 guys off waivers at the end of camp. Do you kind of see things as being a little more stable now?
You know, I think, you know, I know what you're getting at with your question. Like, you know, we had to make a lot of moves. Our depth wasn't very good last year, at this time last year. But that doesn't mean this year that, you know, hey, we're stacked, we're ready to roll. Like, we're still going to be aggressive. You know, and aggressiveness doesn't always mean action either. Like, we're going to be aggressive behind the scenes. And I think, you know, some of the things we do behind the scenes, maybe that you guys don't even know, like we're going to be aggressive. We're going to look for any avenue to get better. But just because we don't do it doesn't mean we're not being aggressive.
Heading into your second year as GM, and is it anxiousness? Is it excited? And how is maybe that feeling different than last year?
Yeah, I think last year at this time, it's just like the newness of it, and like doing the press conferences, doing all those things, like, you know, definitely feel more settled, excited about the direction that we're headed in, excited about our players, like seeing their enthusiasm out on the field, seeing our coaching staff's enthusiasm out on the field.
Relax and talk sports. What's good, man? How you feeling, bro?
The building. It feels like a family around here, and again, I think we're definitely headed in the right direction, but we have to earn everything.
That excitement is because of what Bryce did at the end of last season.
I wouldn't just put it on one player. You know, I think the moves we made in the offseason, players from last year that we're excited about their development, you know, our draft picks this year. I just think it's a culmination of things that we're excited about, and it makes you even more excited when you're out on the field and you see the way they work. These guys just aren't, you know, resting on their laurels, if you want to say. Like, they're out there, they're working, they're into it, they're excited, they want to win, and that makes me excited.
Bryce, though, have you seen anything different about him this year on the field, the way he carries himself? Do you have more confidence in him now than you did a year ago?
No, I wouldn't say that I have more confidence now than I did last year. I see somebody out there who's having fun. He's really developing.
Damn, Morgan, it's okay, bro. It's okay for you to just tell the truth. Stop answering these questions so fucking goody two shoes, bro.
You know, he creates chemistry with his wideouts. He continues to do that. You know, and
listening to a fucking librarian right now.
He's going to potentially take a next step the more he masters this offense and all the little details that Coach Canales wants him to do. So he's doing all the right things. The passion for the game is evident every single day that he's out there. So, yeah, not just him, but everybody. So that's what gets me excited in general.
And continuing on,
we'll do a couple more. Dan, Dave told us that the way Bryce finished last season kind of opened up what he could do in the playbook. Did it open up what you guys could do in terms of putting pieces around him and kind of inform some of those decisions?
Yeah, Yeah, I think when you saw Bryce at the end of the season, obviously it was exciting, but that was last season, and we're really not looking back at that. We're excited for what's coming ahead. And part of that was the draft and drafting T Mac, drafting Jimmy Horn, um, you know JT Sanders developing in his second year. So I think having those type of weapons around him, I think it definitely brings a different excitement out there.
Dan, mentioned back during OTAs, the defensive tackle position. I mean, with getting Derek back and the guys you brought in this offseason, how much opportunity does that create for everybody behind them?
I mean, I think if those guys can play the way that we know they can play, and they go out there and they put the work in, on any team, a defensive line that can be disruptive and affect the quarterback and stop the run, it's going to make everybody's job easier. So having Derek back's a huge plus. It's like having a new draft pick or a new free agent out there. So it's going to be great to get him back, but we're excited about the new additions as well, and the younger guys that are going to continue to develop and get better.
What area do you feel like you still need to add some depth to get this roster closer to complete?
I think again, we're always going to explore every area, whether we do something or not.
What just happened? Did the shit freeze?
Okay, no, it's me. So what I was saying is Dan Morgan and I was on mute. I'm talking to myself over here. So Dan Morgan is you can tell he's very media trained. Like he gives, when he does his press conferences, it's some of the most boring shit you can watch, man. He he never goes too high on something or too low on it. Like that gray area doesn't get people riled up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this shit is about as gray as his hoodie. He's always wants to be careful. Like, I don't want to ever say the wrong. Bro, you are a general manager, bro. It doesn't matter if you say the wrong thing, whatever. We're still gonna judge you on being a GM at the end of the shit. At the end of the when it's all over with. You know what I'm saying? On how the year goes. It's every question that they asked him. He damn near deflected on 90% of them. It's just, I don't want to concentrate on just one. It's just the whole team. We know this. They're asking you very specific questions, and you want to just, well, it's the whole team. It's like, look, I'm not truly mad at this tri-state because that's what the Panthers. That's our history with press conferences, bro. We just we are like we got these top secrets. We don't get excited about shit too much. That's why I'm looking much further to listening to Canales, because Canales really kind of puts it out there. You know what I'm saying? Dan Morgan is just this damn safe, guarded. I don't want to say too much because I want to be able to like tell y'all I never said anything positive or negative. It really, it's just some GM shit. It's some GM shit. You know what I'm saying? We watch to see if he's gonna say something any different, and it's just like he's not. It's just very fucking gray. Like, bro, look, it's okay to sound more confident in your team. You know what I'm saying? And trusting your craft. You know what I'm saying? You went out and picked. Look, we like what you picked up. We're not asking you to go up there and be cocky. We're just asking you to go up there and sound more confident. Yeah, and JP, just shout out to JP. He said, isn't that typical GM fashion, though? You know what I'm saying? Not all the GMs. You know, I mean, just Dan Morgan, sometimes he just sounds like he don't want to be held accountable at the end. Like if something goes left, like I never told y'all we was gonna do such and such. And dude be damn near about to put my ass to sleep. Like, Dan, be confident in what you did, bro. I don't want to concentrate on one player and whatever. But look, dude, so why are we doing the press conference? If you're just gonna come up here and just give us the ABC bullshit. You know, you can say something, and it's, the record is 0-0.
You know, remains to be seen, but we're just going to look for ways to make our roster better, however that is.
That last question did it for me because the dude said, "Are you guys looking to get better at any other position or go out and pick anybody else up before the deadline or whatever?" And that's not a hard question. Oh, we're every position. I don't want to concentrate on just one. Bro, we know this already. If you say, yeah, we got to get some more depth at cornerback, we need to go get some more depth at safety. We already know this. Why can't you just confirm that? What you got to say? I said something get the fuck out of here with that, man.
I wouldn't really put it at a particular position group, but some of the position groups that you mentioned, like we have young guys that are still young and developing that we're really excited about. We have obviously intimate knowledge of those guys on a daily basis, and we feel good about them.
All right, thanks very much, Dave.
Yeah, thanks. See you
guys. Gotta do it for Dan Morgan. Look, we do got some players coming up, so let's just go right to that. We'll go ahead and get started with the players, man, or any other position groups and coaches.
Yeah, they're saying Robert Hunt and Sporting.
Let him breathe.
So we have now. Let's go, Robert
Hunt.
Listen, these are new socks. Yeah. I just took a shower this morning, so my feet don't stink yet.
Thank you for coming in with some energy.
Congratulations. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Who will start with questions for Rob?
Robert, last season you kicked down the door and you ultimately got that Pro Bowl that you were hoping for. Can you just reflect on that experience, and then what's it going to take for you to repeat that?
So repeat it. We'll probably have to win some games. I hope we can do that. Got to play well, play better than I did last year. Every year's a different challenge in his own. So a lot of guys will come out of nowhere and get it, or a lot of guys are the same guys will play really well and get it. So,
if we can do
it. Got to be consistent, play well, help win games. Ultimately, if we win a lot of games and win the games we need to, maybe I don't go there. Go somewhere, a little bigger. So that's kind of the goal.
And what about the experience was cool?
The experience was fantastic, man. I really had a really good time there. That's a really good. They do a really good job down there. It's really fun. Very family. All the family's there, and it's pretty much about celebrating your season, man. It's really what it felt like. It felt like a celebration. You're not doing much of nothing. If I'm being completely honest, you just being there. You showing face, and you're doing what you got to do. Obviously, like having fun playing the games, which is great. But it's mostly family time, man. Everybody's family up by the water, hanging out. It's a really good job. They do a really good job with that.
You've got a competition next to you at center. How do you find kind of chemistry with two guys that you've already worked with both of them, but like throughout the summer, like how do you work on getting that chemistry down?
Because I play with both of them, I kind of know the tendencies of both guys. So it is what it is. I don't know. I let those guys compete. I wish both of them the best. At the end of the day, we're trying to win games, and both of those guys know that they're both capable of playing it on any team in this league. So, that's that.
Robert, what's different about the vibe this year than when you came here last year?
I think last year was nobody knew. You know what I mean? Including me. I got into a situation here, not really knowing what I was getting into. Didn't know much about Carolina. Didn't know much about the Panthers. Never really watched them. Kept up with them. But then getting into the building, getting into the stadium, and playing the game stuff, you see you see, I don't know, you can feel it, man. It's, this city, speaking for the city, has a lot of hope. They want winners, and you can feel it once it's kind of close. Even we won 5 games last year, which is not great by any means, but it felt like we were doing something great. You know what I mean? Because it's the city looking for it. So that vibe feels great. The team vibe feels great. I feel like the teams feel that, and we all want to be good, man, no matter what it is. And yeah, that's that.
Well, to that end, Robert, the Panthers are maybe a trendy pick among some folks in the national media to be better than some people think.
Yep.
How do you manage positive expectations?
No, I don't really pay attention to. I mean, obviously we all see it. If you watch, like, I'm a sports center guy, so I watch all that shit. So I keep up with all that. But I mean, at the end of the day, what do you expect? Is 2 before I got here. It was 5 last year. Year before that, I have no idea what it was. Before that, I have no idea what it was. I remember 15 when Cam Newton was here. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what everybody remember. And until that change, that's what you're probably going to get. And that's a fair. You know what I mean? If I sucked or if I did something terrible, you know what I mean, and I would expect that. I would expect people to not root for me or vote for me or have my back. You know what I mean? Pushing me. But what I can say and what I feel is I'm excited to see if we can surprise a lot of people. That's what I feel.
Having grown up somewhere else, I mean, you mentioned the 2015 season. Was
Yep.
that the first time like the Panthers kind of got on your radar?
2015. Yeah, I grew up a Patriots fan, man. I grew up a Patriots fan, so I only care about Tom Brady, and that's it. Other than that, I didn't really pay attention. Obviously, I watched the game, but it still didn't have much meaning to me, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah.
What would surprising people look like?
Competing and winning games, man. Well, I think we all know what that means. You know what I mean? Because surprising people meaning, I think, personally, man, I like what I see. You know what I mean? And obviously, we got to play some football here these next couple of weeks, and we'll see how that feels and look. And then we'll play other teams, and we'll see how that feels and look. But I think we built the right way, man. I think we're physical. I think we're big. I think we're nasty. We got new skills. We got skills on defense. I think, you know what I mean, new D-line. I don't know. For me personally, I'm not setting an expectation or anything like that. I'm just saying for me personally, I think I like because I'm a guy that's always back against the wall. Like, I was a 2-star athlete, went to school, graduated with 18 kids. I like to surprise people. Because when I walk in the room, they don't know. Like, oh, he went to this. Then I walk up and I show up and then, oh, shit. You know what I mean? So that's what I love doing that shit. So hopefully, and I mean that, I get chill speaking on it, hopefully we can do that, man, because I really feel, I like what I feel.
You mentioned how you guys are built. Looking at the O-line, you got all 5 starters back, some key depth pieces as well. From a continuity standpoint, how important is that, going into the second year with the team?
That's awesome, man. I mean, I've never been a part of a room that has retained everybody. Everybody came back. Like, that's the first time I've seen that in my career. So, yeah, it's awesome, man. It just builds, speaks for us, the guys in the room. I mean, they believe in us. We work hard, you know what I mean? And we trust each other. Second year should be fun, man. I mean, first year, we're all trying to get our feet wet and just see what we're doing and doing that. But now everybody's been back and we kind of know the system a little bit. It'll be fun.
All those guys back, with all those guys back, how does that help you as you go in training camp? Does that help speed things up?
Yeah, I mean, this is the second year in the system. So I think everybody, besides the rookies, I don't expect that. I never expect, you know what I mean, anything from rookie because I get it, it's hard. But everybody else, man, it's the second year. So, we get a feel for it. And second year is always better than the first year, obviously, because you know what's going on. So, yeah, everybody's, you know what I mean? I think we'll be ready.
Speaking of second year, camp, how often did you guys hang out together, just kind of gel?
Mini camp and say it again?
Besides a team organized activity.
We hung out a couple times in OTAs. We got together a couple times, actually, more than a couple in OTAs, so that was good. That 5 weeks, buddy, I was out of here. You know what I mean? I'm sure everybody else was too. I'm not, you know what I mean? I got a little boy and all that kind of stuff. I love these guys, but like we're hanging out, man. We're family, enjoying my time. So yeah, I still did hang out with some guys though. Played basketball with a couple guys and stuff like that. So I'm sure people got together, but all of us, not a chance.
Speaking of second years, Dave Canales' second year. You met him last year, a rookie, didn't know much about him. What are you seeing different in him, his approach, and the way things?
Well, I think he's the guy who he was last year. He's the obviously he got better in certain areas of his life, which I don't particularly know. But what I respect about him, he is who he is. You know what I mean? He's the same guy. He's never changed. Even when we were 1-7, 8, what it was, and then we won the last couple games and we had momentum going. He's the same guy. So that's Dave's going to be Dave, and that's what I honestly respect about him because when shit get hard, man, people typically turn to run or start doing different shit. But he's been the same guy, and I respect that. I mean, that's how I think a lot of people want to be in their life.
You learn about him from the decision to bench Bryce last year.
I don't know about that. That's above my pay grade. I mean, that is crazy. You my guy. That went through this ear and out the other. Like I don't even know the answer to that. Like I barely even heard it. That's how. Like I don't know, man. I don't know what you said. What did you say?
That's a gutsy move to do that, and especially your 2 games into your first year as a head coach. You got to learn something.
Like, bro, you ain't about to get me caught up.
Man, my first year was here. I was new too. I was trying to figure out everything myself. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one. I don't know how to do that one.
In an ideal season, what does Bryce Young's ideal season look like for you?
Man, I would let that be a Bryce Young deal, because we all have goals. We all have shit that we want to do, and that's his. I that's another man.
I never understand why reporters ask players questions about other players. Like, speaking from history, it's one of the most bullshit questions you can ask a player, bro. It's like you're gonna have to ask him. If you ask me like what's my opinion on his game or whatever, don't ask me about this man's goals, bro. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, or like you trying to get something out of me. I'm gonna let Bryce speak for himself. I'm gonna let the head coach speak for himself. I'm Robert Hunt. Ask me questions about Robert Hunt. I never understood why reporters do that shit. It's the most uncomfortable questions that you can take.
I can't set no expectations on that man. I will say that I'm happy to see his confidence. I'm happy to see him play the way he played because when I walked into the building, I saw that. And like I saw how good he was and like how he can throw a football and hit anything in his room. So he's talented as hell. So whatever he want to do, he got the pieces around him to like try to help go that. And if we can do a good job protecting him, and everybody else can come in, and it's gonna take all 11 of us. So we all play the right way. Bryce will do well. Olana do well. Panthers do well. Everybody happy. You guys do well. And then we all living good in Charlotte. And then we will remember this season. Jumper. I know. Typically when we go play, we try not to bang because we're the bigger guys. And then if you start banging, they want to get physical because they want to show their, they men, so they want to get physical, and then they roll your ankle, and then you get hurt. And so what I do, I go out there, spot up. I miss a lot, but I make some as well. So is that JT is an absolute freak, can jump, grab the ball 2 hands, bring it back around, and I'm not making this up. And actually, he's like 300 pounds and do all that. Huh?
Athletic.
My best move, man. I told you, let's spot up. That's it. I ain't got nothing else, man. I ain't going in there rolling no ankles. I ain't crossing up. I can't even dribble the basketball. So, good luck for my son, which he will be Charlotte's #1 player, 17 years. Mark that. Scott Hunt.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys, man.
I like that dude, bro. A lot of character in Hunt, bro. So look, we're gonna go to one of our newcomers next, one of our rookies. Let's see what Nick Sporting is talking about.
Nick, at any point, kind of during the offseason with all the second-round picks, kind of waiting on contracts, did you get any concern that you wouldn't be here? And as a guy who's kind of said you're very big into your playbook.
I mean, I can't really control those things, and I let my agents and the Panthers, that's between them. All I can do is my best for.
Yeah, man. Look, I've already signed the contract. Don't ask me no damn contract questions.
I mean, I knew it was coming. I mean, as long as I stayed in good standing
with
the
team
and I
messy,
did what I had
bro.
to do, I knew it was coming. So, I guess so. I guess it's kind of just good to just get that out of the way.
And do you stayed in touch with Shamar Stewart at all, and kind of what he's going through? Kind of, he's trying to set a precedent, so to speak.
I mean, Stu is my brother. I love him, but I kind of like I said, I mean, I'm a rookie too. I got things to focus on, and I'm praying for him. I'm praying for everything he's going through. I bet it's rough handling all that stuff, but I'm kind of just focusing on myself and my career.
I think you're the youngest guy on the roster, or if not very close to it. Is there a guy that's kind of taking you under his wing to kind of mentor you throughout, not just mini camp and that stuff, but like the off season into today?
Yes, sir. I think like I can name a bunch of guys who kind of just big bro me and mentor me. But two guys I really want to shout out is DJ Wanham and Pat Jones. Like, man, they've helped me out so much, and have so much knowledge, so much experience, and it's just good and refreshing to be around guys who even though we're competing against each other, but they just want to see me get better and help the team. So those two especially.
And then AC is a pretty young position coach. He's like 5 years removed from being in the college game. How is he connected with you guys as far as just communication and teaching?
Yeah, I think when you got a young guy who's hungry and who's been in good rooms like he was in LA last year, I think it's just wonderful, and he's super excited to get out there and coach us and mentor us, and it's like a brotherhood, because I mean we're not that far in age, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice that we have like a relationship where I can come to him and talk to him, but it's a respect because he's very serious about what he does, and being young, he has to ramp it up, other than being an older coach.
What do you sense about the vibe in the city here? I know you haven't been around it a lot, new to the team, but what have you sensed here? Because they've had a long 7 straight losing seasons. So what do you sense going into this season?
So I stayed here the whole break, just trying to figure out Charlotte, and I love it, man. The city's full of juice and full of love, and I think once we get this back rolling, it's gonna be beautiful. So, I'm excited. I'm just ready to put helmet and pads on and get out there and and get these fans riled up.
What did you figure out about the city while you were here?
Nice museums, amazing food, great trails and walks. I love walking, and it's a lot of things to do, and it's a lot of like it's a lot of juice around the city. Like it's a lot of youth, a lot of people that do things, a lot of things you can go out and do. It's just nice.
Contract stuff aside, when it comes to football, obviously your GM is a very famous linebacker here. What's your conversations with that about ball?
I haven't had many conversations with Dan about ball, man. Every time I see him, I just thank him so much, man. I'm just happy to be here, honestly. But going back and watching his tape, man, Dan's a freak. He's a monster, man. And I have so much more respect for him because he's been in my position. And like I said, man, I'm just so blessed to be here. I appreciate him.
Play for Evero.
Sir?
What's it like to play for Evero?
Oh, like he's fired up as well. Like, I mean, Coach E is amazing. Really like hard on the details, and he wants everything to be perfect, and that's what you want in DC. And he's fired up, and he has his hands on everybody. So I love playing for Coach E so far from OTAs and things like that.
There's a real SEC vibe in this draft class, and I know that doesn't guarantee anything, but do you think it'll help the transition that so many of you played in what's considered the hands down the best conference in the country?
I don't like to get into the conference too much because I played in the Big Ten, and I love Purdue. I love the Big Ten. It's great football, but I mean it's the SEC. I mean it's a different level of competition. And I was talking with my buddies, plays with Falcons, Jalen Walker, and we were just talking like, man, like we played in the SEC. Like this is like the league. Like I come out here like it ain't nothing. Like I'm not saying it's not nothing, but I've been prepped well by good coaches and good competition every week, and I played in big stadiums and things like that. So yes, I would say, but I mean obviously these are grown men with families and they got money to make, so I can only be so much.
Yeah. I was about to say, you were definitely about to be locker room material with that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying like that. I was just saying like,
what is better, SEC or Big Ten?
I just love to play football.
As they all have more time together, how has you and Princely's relationship grown? Because obviously you guys, we remember the clip of you guys in the hotel room moving everything around. How's that relationship grown?
It's grown so much. I mean, the more time that you put sweat in with the guy, and then us coming in rookies, the same position group, we kind of put together. I mean, we're just starting to click, and I really respect Princely, and I'm trying to find ways to where me and him can work off each other, and not just us getting more snaps together during camp and getting better. But it's been great, man, to be around such another like high caliber SEC rusher. He was a first team All SEC too as well.
I want to go back to the walks because there's science behind like how that can help you think about things differently and stuff. Is that something you use it for? You think about football when you're out there? Is it totally different? How far are you walking?
Like when I go on walks. Honestly, I don't know. Like when I'm sitting in the house, I got my little kitty right there. I just want to get out a little bit, listen to some music, clear my head a little bit, and I don't know. I guess like I kind of daydream a little bit. I'm walking around trees, I might hit a little swipe. Just getting out there, just getting active, some little active recovery. But I don't think too much into it.
You have a cat?
I do. Jr. I got a Maine Coon. A Maine Coon, if you know what that is.
Don't.
He's gonna be like 35 pounds. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
A big cat. He's only 15 weeks, so he's like, I don't know. I haven't weighed him. He got to go back to the vet when he's 6 months, so I'll update y'all on.
JR stand for?
JR
Junior. I don't know. I just named him
Junior, and he's going to weigh that much.
I try.
Do you have to put him on the Scorton weight plan afterwards?
No, he's gonna be healthy. I mean, when you get these cats, you expect them to be big, and that's why I got him for. Because I'm not a big dog person. Like I have a dog, and I have a mini long-haired dachshund. She's very.
Do you walk those on a leash since it's so big?
I tried, but he's not a big fan of the leash right now. Okay. Nah, he'd sit and roll around.
To this building, obviously you have fall camp in college, but have you talked to the guys that are veterans like Pat and DJ to kind of know what to expect from training camp in the NFL?
Yes, ma'am. You can get as much information as you want. I mean, but until you're in it, you really don't. So I'm just trying to, come into the camp with a clear head. I'm ready to compete. I'm trying to earn some rep and earn some some reps out there. So just coming here clear headed and just ready to get to work.
Do you have a personal goal for the season?
Honestly, just get this thing rolling. I'm the team's focused on winning, and that's what we're going to do. Personal goals, that comes along with it.
You were brought in here to pressure the quarterback, something this team didn't do very well last year. What's realistic for you in terms of sacks and for this group as a whole?
I mean, like I said, I can't really gauge, statistics or anything like that. But all I can tell you is we're putting our best foot forward to come out and win some games this year.
A big part of your pre-draft process was how much weight you lost prior to coming here. How is that going? And you essentially said it was just a product of you being more disciplined in your diets and stuff. So just generally, how's that going?
Yeah. So wanted to drop weight because everybody looked at me as a tweener, and I did. And I was light in OTAs, and I liked it. I felt more explosive. So the offseason I wanted to put on a little bit more pounds. Like I'm at 265 right now, and I think this is the perfect weight where like the balance where I can pass rush and defend the run and be physical and things like that. So
museums, when you're talking about the city, are you a museum guy, or anything that stood out? Or
I personally didn't go to the museum. My parents did, and they sent me all types of pictures. Yeah, no, I didn't go to the museum.
Were you able to live the experience through the pictures?
Yeah, it's beautiful pictures. I'm like, wow, and I think it's free. You can go for free on Wednesdays or something like that. Oh, hey, beautiful pictures. I was a part of it. I'm in the group chat. I was a part of it. Yeah.
We'll get you out. We'll get you out there. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Name?
Her name's Lily.
Here too.
Lily comes tomorrow. My brother's gonna come and he's gonna be cat sitting and staying in my house while I'm at the hotel.
You said you had 2 dogs though?
No, I just have one. I have Lily and I have my cat.
These cats are huge, man.
You see him?
Too.
No, he's only 14 weeks right now. He's gonna get that. When I got him, he's like this big, and now he's like this big, and it's been 4 weeks.
Much about Dave Canales. What have you learned about him in a short time?
Just his philosophies on playing hard, getting the ball out, and just his background of where he comes from. He's a young coach, and he's been around the league for a minute, and I just have so much respect for Coach Canales. Like I said, the guys upstairs, man, I'm gonna do whatever I can to repay those guys for drafting me and giving me this opportunity to come showcase my talent. So, much utmost respect for Coach Canales, and I'm super excited to play for him. Oh. I'm sorry. Appreciate y'all.